Imagine that. If we could follow this drop of water all the way through the water cycle. Let's try. Starting high above in the clouds overhead. A drop of water falls through our atmosphere, down to our earth, into our rivers, our creeks, and our streams. Round and round this water goes. Until eventually the sun comes out.
Okay, what's this first word? Who thinks they can tell me what evaporation is? Do you? It's when water turns into gas or vapor and goes up into the sky. And in fact, there's a little clue in the word, because the word vapor is right in the word. Evaporation. And what happens is, here's this big salty ocean. And the sun shines on it, it warms it up, the water evaporates and rises to the sky. But here's the cool thing, and this is very important. The salt stays behind.
When that sun comes out and heats them up, they transform into vapor. Suddenly, they are light as a feather. They are having the time of their lives. Frolicking, leaping, flipping around. One is showing off. They're just having a wonderful time. Once they get high up into the air, they get cold and they condense into clouds, right? Then when those clouds get so full with all of these lovely happy droplets of water, they release back down and drop like raindrops all the way back to Earth's surface.
Round and round and round we spin on this planet called Earth. Every plant, animal, and creature relies on water and the energy from the sun. In nature, everything is connected. The water cycle. Water in our lakes and our oceans, it evaporates into the sky. Then it forms into clouds until it falls back to the earth in the form of rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Then it flows through rivers and streams all the way down to the lakes and oceans, where once again it evaporates into the sky. Because in nature, everything is connected. Now the water feeds the land, and with the energy from the sun, it helps the plants to grow. And it just keeps getting recycled in this never-ending water cycle. In fact, the water that's here on the planet today is the same water that was here way back in the days of the dinosaurs. Water is what we call a finite resource. That means what we have is what we get, and we don't get any more. Now, can somebody tell me about what percentage of the Earth's surface is covered with? You know, it's interesting because it's not an exact science. Scientists say it's anywhere between 70 and 76% of the Earth is covered with water. What we do know is that less than 1% of all the water is fresh, usable water. 97% is salt water. We can't drink that salt water, so we rely on the fresh water. 2% is frozen in the polar ice caps in the North and the South Poles, leaving only 1% of all of that water that's fresh, drinkable water. And speaking of fresh, drinkable water, three things. You get a headache, what do? Drink water. If your muscles are aching, water helps that a lot. If you're tired and fatigued, drinking water is the way to go. Staying hydrated is the healthy way to go. You know, there's not a human being that can survive a week without drinking. I'm really thirsty right now. Yeah, I just got it.
I am Dr. H20. Today, we will be examining the very hot topic and the very cold topic of water. And these streams merge to form rivers. Merging their power, they create rapids. Driven by gravity, this water does amazing things. It shapes our landscape. It carves out canyons as it travels miles and miles, eventually getting all the way to the sea. Now, this water cycle is indeed miraculous, but it's not a miracle worker, right? Especially when you consider people wasting water. A particular water source is the H20 Reservoir, located outside of Yosemite National Park. The H20 Reservoir is beautiful, it's pristine, wonderful water. Now, that water is fed through gravity-fed pipeline, and it's funneled into reservoirs around here, like Crystal Springs, where we store that water. And then that water is funneled into what we call a treatment plant. And at the treatment plant, that water is tested, it's filtered, and it's clean. And then they send that clean water in underground pipes to our homes, schools, and workplaces, so that when we turn on those faucets, it is clean, filtered, purified water.
Get ready, set, now!
And time has come for my conservation juggling challenge. Different weight, different shaped water-saving devices. Starting with the first one, a simple reusable water pump.
We need to conserve our water. We need to not waste it. And the reason for that is there's the same amount of water. Remember I said all that water is the same water on our planet. We have just the same amount of fresh water every year. But every year there's more and more people who need to share that water. So what I want to know is if you guys have any good ideas of ways that we can conserve water. Do you know what it means to conserve water? To save water, that's right. So how can we conserve water? Real quickly, how about you? Take 5-minute showers. Okay, what else can we do to conserve water? When you're brushing your teeth, turn the tap off. Very good. Okay, what else? How about you, sir? All right, go ahead and sit down, Isaiah. Let's have a round of applause. You guys, thanks for watching my show. Let's try and make every day Earth Day and care for the planet as much as we can, because it's the only planet we have.